In Mark chapter 6, Jesus gives an insight into how to deal with rejection. I don't know if you've ever dealt with rejection. It is not an easy thing to deal with. It destroys a lot of people on the inside. And so here's Jesus. He walks into the synagogue in his hometown and he's teaching, and they are astonished at him. And, they're wowed by him. And just being wowed by Jesus doesn't give us entry into the kingdom of heaven. Jesus continues to teach, and he couldn't do very many miracles because they had this expectation of who he is. They're like, we grew up with him. We know his brothers and sisters. We can't imagine that he would be like this. And sometimes we're rejected not because of, what we're doing is wrong, but because what we're doing doesn't fit somebody's expectation. And so I want to encourage you that just as Jesus pressed into the Father and knew his time and his acceptance was in the Father's hands, so with you, just as the Father loved Jesus, so the Father loves you when you are in Christ. If you're not in Christ and you're dealing with rejection and you're fighting with it all the time, I would encourage you to turn to God, submit your life to him, and allow him to heal those places. Have that trust that Jesus had, that our times are in God's hands. Our times are with the Father. He directs us and leads us where we're to go. And if we're rejected, that's not about us. And so rejection, yes, it's really hard to deal with, but there's a remedy. And that remedy is trusting in the Lord, trusting our hearts to him, leaning into him when we face rejection, leaning into him even when people say they're wowed or odd, but still reject us for for the message that we bring. And I've been to Nazareth. I went in 2018 with my dad, and in Nazareth, I went to a church filled with believers who loved Jesus. They may have rejected him that time, but they are accepting him now. You are accepted and loved and cherished by the King of the universe. And when we turn to him, we don't we don't have that same drowning feeling when we're rejected. We don't have that same I can't get past this, I can't get over this feeling that rejection heaps upon us when people expect us to be one way and they reject us because we're not like that. We are accepted in the Father, and we can ground ourselves in that. We can find ourselves rooted and grounded in the love of God, and that's beautiful. God bless you.